April 21st, 1945. San Terenzo, Italy. Second Lieutenant Daniel Inouye stares at his right arm lying on the ground, still clutching a live grenade. The fuse is burning. 3 German machine gun nests are firing directly at him. His men are pinned down, and the grenade in his severed arm is about to explode. What he does in the next 8 seconds will earn him the Medal of Honor, but it will also end the only dream he ever had. This is the true story of Daniel Inouye, the Japanese-American soldier who became a legend while his own family sat in an American prison camp. December 7th, 1941, Honolulu, Hawaii. 17-year-old Daniel Inouye is getting ready for church when he sees the planes, Japanese bombers, hundreds of them, destroying the American Pacific Fleet. Daniel runs to the aid station. He spends the next 48 hours treating wounded sailors, pulling men from burning ships. 3 months later, Daniel tries to enlist in the United States Army. The recruiting officer laughs in his face. "We don't take Japs." Daniel's parents were born in Japan, which made him the enemy. Even though he was born in Hawaii, even though he saved American lives at Pearl Harbor, his family was forced into an internment camp, behind barbed wire, guarded by American soldiers with machine guns. The government called them relocation centers. History calls them concentration camps. 120,000 Japanese Americans, 2/3 of them citizens, stripped of their homes, businesses, and freedom. But Daniel Inouye refused to give up. When the Army finally opened a Japanese-American unit in 1943, he was first in line. They called themselves the 442nd Regimental Combat Team. Their motto was, "Go for broke." The 442nd shipped out to Italy in 1944. These were sons of gardeners and shopkeepers, men who couldn't vote in most states, fighting for a country that imprisoned their families. But they fought harder than anyone expected. Battle after battle, the 442nd took the most dangerous missions: northern France, the Vosges Mountains, the Gothic Line. One rescue mission became legendary: the Lost Battalion. 211 Texan soldiers were surrounded by German forces. Cut off, no food, no ammunition, certain to be wiped out. The 442nd was ordered to save them. It took 6 days. When they broke through and reached the Texans, the 442nd had suffered 800 casualties to save 211 men. The Texans never forgot. Decades later, they made the 442nd veterans honorary members of Texas. But Daniel Inouye's story was just beginning. Spring 1945. The Gothic Line, northern Italy. The Germans are making their last stand. Lieutenant Inouye's platoon is ordered to take San Terenzo Ridge. Intelligence says light resistance. Maybe 20 to 30 Germans. Intelligence is wrong. By April 1945, Daniel Inouye had already earned 2 Bronze Stars and a Purple Heart. He had fought through France and Italy. He had seen his friends die. He was 20 years old, and he was about to face the worst day of his life. On April 21st, at 0600 hours, they began their advance. Within seconds, they were pinned down by 3 machine gun nests. Germans were dug in, fortified positions, overlapping fields of fire. Inouye's platoon was being cut to pieces. He had 2 choices: retreat and leave the wounded, or attack. Daniel Inouye chose to attack. Inouye grabs a submachine gun and charges the first bunker. Alone, bullets tear through the air around him. He can hear them snapping past his head, can feel them kicking up dirt at his feet. He doesn't stop. 20 yards from the bunker, he pulls a grenade, yanks the pin, lets the spoon fly. He throws it. The grenade disappears into the machine gun nest. The first bunker goes silent. His men cheer. But Inouye doesn't stop. He's already moving toward the second position. The second machine gun crew sees him coming. They open fire. The German MG-42 spits 1,200 rounds per minute, the fastest machine gun in the world. Inouye feels something punch him in the stomach. He's hit. Blood soaks through his uniform. He keeps moving. He throws another grenade. Another explosion. The second bunker is destroyed. 2 down. 1 more to go. But now Daniel Inouye is bleeding heavily. He can barely stand. His men are screaming at him to fall back. He doesn't listen. 40 yards ahead, the third machine gun nest is still firing. German soldiers are dug in deep. They know he's coming. Inouye pulls his last grenade. His vision is blurring from blood loss. His hands are shaking. He pulls the pin. Raises his right arm to throw. A German rifle grenade hits him, point blank, in the right elbow. His arm is gone, blown off below the elbow, hanging by a thread of skin and muscle. Blood pumping from the severed arteries. But his hand, his dead hand, is still gripping the grenade. The fuse is burning, maybe 8 seconds before it detonates. 8 seconds before Daniel Inouye is vaporized. His men are watching, frozen in horror. The Germans are reloading, preparing to finish him. And then Daniel Inouye does something that defies belief. He reaches across with his left hand, pries the live grenade from his dead fingers, and throws it 40 yards directly into the third machine gun nest. The bunker disintegrates. German soldiers scramble from the rubble. Inouye draws his pistol with his left hand and empties the clip into them. All 3 bunkers destroyed. All 3 machine gun crews dead, by 1 man with 1 arm. His men rush to him. Medics apply tourniquets. He has lost 3 pints of blood. As they carry him off the ridge, Daniel Inouye looks back. His arm is still there on the ground next to the burned-out bunker, still wearing his West Point ring. Daniel Inouye spent 20 months in military hospitals. Surgeons tried to save the arm. They couldn't. It was amputated. He had dreamed of being a surgeon. That dream died on that ridge. For his actions, Daniel Inouye was recommended for the Medal of Honor, but he wouldn't receive it for 55 years. Why? Because the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, the most decorated unit in American military history, was systematically denied recognition. In 1945, America wasn't ready to give its highest honor to Japanese Americans, not while their families were in prison camps. So Daniel Inouye received the Distinguished Service Cross instead. It would take 55 years before the truth came out. In the year 2000, President Bill Clinton awarded the Medal of Honor to 21 members of the 442nd. Most were dead, but Daniel Inouye was alive. At 76 years old, he finally received the recognition he earned at 20. After the war, Daniel Inouye went to law school. In 1959, he was elected to the House of Representatives. In 1963, to the Senate. He served for 50 years. He became President pro tempore, 3rd in line to the presidency. The country that called him a Jap made him one of its most powerful men. When Daniel Inouye died in 2012, his body lay in state at the Capitol. At his funeral, 442nd veterans in their 80s and 90s stood at attention for 4 hours without breaking. The 442nd earned 21 Medals of Honor, 52 Distinguished Service Crosses, 560 Silver Stars, and 4,000 Purple Hearts in less than 2 years. Daniel Inouye's severed arm was never recovered. It remains on San Terenzo Ridge, still wearing his ring. In 8 seconds, Daniel Inouye became a legend. This is Valor Untold.